Welcome back everyone to the last, third and final game. It is the deciding one. And, oh, no, it's fine. No, it's not fine. Something is messed up. And I'm gonna try to fix it soon enough, just because the teams are actually wrong or the player names are wrong, but who cares too much, because we're in the draft. It is the Yard G2A Festival, the quarterfinal of it to be more exact. And well, we've had two games, both basically unknown, started in a lead with. First game, mYi managed to turn it around. Game number two, it looked like they managed to turn it around, or will manage to turn it around, but basically unknown in the end, just making their draft work. And once again, for the third game in a row, we will have the Beastmaster, but this time around, basically unknown have taken a slightly different route and have chosen to ban out that of course, the gyrocopter now. I am not good at multitasking, guys. I'm just gonna tell you right away. I am not good at multitasking at all. But since I messed up earlier with my pre-setup thingy, I'm gonna have to do it now. Gonna have to do it sometime, right? But what will the first picks be now for mYi? Is it gonna be a Queen of Pain once more? Disruptor was the first pick for them. So I wouldn't be actually overly surprised if we had that Queen of Pain once again as well now. IO, of course, and Magnus banned out mYi have been really consistent with those bans. Got to hand that one to them at least. But they have a couple of other options as well, I suppose. Visage still completely untouched in this series, so it doesn't look like either team thinks that highly of that hero. I do find it a little bit weird, but it's up to personal preference, really. What the hell is this? Okay. It's fine now, right? mYi, the players? Looks like it, guys. Looks like it. But they haven't still picked up their second hero. Nobody's disconnected, hopefully. Nope, nobody is disconnected. So it's, well, of course, the last game, and if you lose this one, you won't get any money at all. Of course, if you win this one, you are not guaranteed a spot yet for the prize pool, just because this tournament actually has a third place decider game as well. But 36 seconds and counting down. If they tick this slow for the first picks already, the rest of the draft might be a little bit tricky for them. But after some really careful consideration, it's gonna be the Visage pickup for them. As for basically unknown, Beastmaster and Queen of Pain, is it gonna happen again? I would think so, right? I mean, why the hell not? Maybe up against the Disruptor, Queen of Pain may not be that strong, but oh! A pleasant surprise, so we are not gonna have the same opening for either side. It's gonna be a Slark instead for basically unknown. I suppose Slark is decent-ish against Disruptor. You just activate Shadow Dance while you are being glimpsed. That's a really positive thing. As well, for them, how's it gonna go? What will they ban out now? Probably Draw Ranger, right? If you're basically unknown, do you have to ban out Draw Ranger, or are you gonna welcome a draw pick open-handedly and say that, hey, we have a Beastmaster for the lockdown, we have a Slark to jump that Draw Ranger, negate the marksmanship effect completely while the Slark is just glued to the draw, or never mind, no, they're not gonna take those chances. They're just gonna leave the Visage to his own devices. It would have been extremely scary, but sometimes teams are like, we can take it on, guys, just go for whatever you want. It's like TI2, Puppy drafting up against IG. It was IG, then LGD later on as well. It's like, yeah, have the Naga Siren, we don't care, guys. We're just gonna go for our BKB Enigma, go for the Juggernaut and just turn things around. Those were good times, guys, those were good times. But the bans coming out from the mYi side, just taking out supports, as of course basically are lacking those. So it's gonna be Witch Doctor as well as a Lion banned out. So still Queen of Pain in the pool, as is the Storm Spirit, should either side want to go for that one. Basically unknown, lacking a mid laner. And as we have seen last game, I do believe it was a Shadow Fiend for them. Yeah, Arise played the Shadow Fiend last game for them. But they don't have all that much time left still, so... 25 seconds only and counting down. They need their own cores. Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit mid lane. Clockwork of course banned, so as an offlaner maybe Centaur now. It was banned out by mYi them. No, not mYi, it was basically Unknown banning out the Centaur last game. Because mYi I think have been just consistent with their Magnus and IO bans. But wow, they're really cutting it down to the wire, and it's gonna be a Darkseer. What? What? What is this, guys? Well, this is gonna be fun times. I like Darkseer. I love Darkseer even, but most games I've seen a Darkseer in, it hasn't worked out. So I'm kind of hoping that it's gonna be like a Spirit Breaker Darkseer combination now, wrecking havoc that way. They have to go for something a little bit crazier. Of course, Magnus isn't there for them, so they can't go for that combination. If they go for an Enigma, then how are they gonna lane it? What is like the best combo? Of course, like the Darkseer Disruptor combination on its own is already pretty nice. Also, the vacuum into like familiar drops, if you can somehow manage and coordinate that. But in general, I wouldn't say this is looking too good at the moment. I mean, I really don't know what to expect. Maybe it's gonna be like a Sven stun to follow the oh wow, to follow the Darkseer vacuum. But basically Unknown. It is their turn to now delve into the reserve time. Of course, they have so much of it, especially compared to the mYi side. But what may we see from them? They need supports, and the more popular ones, Skyrev Mage, for one Vengeful Spirit, quite possibly. Or maybe they want to go greedy, want to go for a Enigma once again. After all, it did work out so damn well last game. Glimpse is a fairly good counter up until the point you get the BKB, of course, just because it is with such a huge range. And of course you can even pop down the Static Storm as well from a distance if necessary. But this game, I really like this matchup. Those two teams, they are, as we have seen at least, they are of pretty similar skill level, and with that also just, you can see that the drafts are taking a longer time. It's going to be a Shadow Demon though. So hopefully we're gonna get like a Lina, Leshrac or a Mirana to combo up with this Shadow Demon. Of course it might also be like that they are throwing a wrench now in the plans and just going for like a Beastmaster support. Have a Shadow Demon Beastmaster support duo and run like a Centaur offlane, for example. Or like a Centaur Shadow Demon dual offlane with Beastmaster Slark safe lane. Not the best maybe. You could also go for like a Beastmaster mid, I guess, but oh, a Slardar to come out from mYi. The Slithering Crush definitely does combo up with the Vacuum. It is an AoE stun, after all, does quite a bit of damage. Also, whenever somebody is under the amplified damage of Slardar, that does mean that the Darkseer can just easily vacuum. Not vacuum, what am I saying? I already talked about that. It's just the Visage Familiars will do huge amounts of damage. But now, what will we have next? Will we have anything next? It's gonna be a Mirana ban, just because basically Unknown did pick up the Queen of Pain for the 3rd game in a row. But of course Queen of Pain is pretty solid, as long as you don't get locked down. But at the moment, Slithering Crush, Familiar drop downs, Glimpse to get him back, Static Storm to keep him in, are pretty solid. So we'll see where that takes them. As for basically Unknown, if you look at just the lineup, a mid laner is missing. Could they be considering like a Puck, for example? Puck is something that we haven't seen all that much, but it could work out. It's like Vacuum into Dream Coil into just mass AoE silence. It could be quite a bit of damage, plus of course it will also be something to mess around with the Queen of Pain. But Shadow Fiend is banned out. Of course, Shadow Fiend will have definitely synergized with even more minus armor there. And Puck may not have enough late game presence for mYi's liking, for example. What are the other heroes you could go for? You could run like a Medusa mid if you really want to just try to secure late game for yourself, I suppose. What other popular heroes am I missing at the moment? Dragon Knight is still in the pool, but I highly doubt my Insanity want to go for that one after how the last game went. But it is going to be a Phantom Lancer instead. So they still go for quite a bit of late game, but how do the lanes plan out now? Is it Phantom Lancer mid lane against the Queen of Pain? Slaughter support, Visage or Disruptor mid? It's gonna have to be Phantom Lancer mid against Queen of Pain, right? Probably so. It's definitely better than having the Slaughter mid. Run Darkseer mid and run weird dual lanes? I don't really know. But it's not up to me to just question those or decide. But Lina will be on the basically unknown side's last pick. They definitely played a pretty mean Lina in the first game as well. It was pure evil though playing it, so they are switching it up unless they in-game are gonna swap it. Maybe it's just gonna be like pure evil, it's like, oh, Shadow Demon is mine, my favorite hero, I'm gonna be the best Shadow Demon ever. Or maybe Stomanen just feels a little bit more comfortable on landing those Light Strike Rays to follow those Shadow Demon disruptions. But we have the full lineups now, basically unknown. Maybe a little bit lighter on the late game, or well, I'd say almost certainly lighter, but they have a pretty reasonable amount of AoE damage, which is definitely beneficial when you're up against a Phantom Lancer. They have the Sonic Wave, the Dragon Slave from Elina, Slark maybe really late on can go for like a Mjolnir as well. First get like Blink, Eye of Skadi, then maybe Mjolnir to follow, depending on how big of a nuisance the Phantom Lancer has gotten by that point. As at the start of the game, surprise! We have ourselves a pause. A 1 minute pause is called from Arise this time around. It's basically unknown. Everybody should be fine with this pause. It's customary. Probably my Insanity have some things to take care of as well. But to introduce the lineups for the last and deciding game of this best of 3 series of the Yard G2A Festival sponsored by G2A as well as eBattle, it is gonna be Milan playing the Slaughter, leaving Lizard on the Visage with Gogi on the Phantom Lancer, Smudge is Punara on the Darkseer, and Grisine will be the last one handling that Disruptor. As for the basically unknown side, it's gonna be Arise on the Queen of Pain, Pure Evil on the Lina, Nico Baby on the Slark, Stomanen to handle that nice Shadow Demon, and the last one is going to be Shachlo playing, of course, the Beastmaster. Feels like that's the only hero he's playing all the time. Now some pings come out, it's like, let's go there. There. My pings are soundless, at least for myself. Oh, never mind, no they're not. There's a small sound. More pings. Arise. Guys, please, wait, let me go first. Who is the best to go first? It's definitely Stomanen at the moment. Just goes in, gets the disruption, and then followed up with, well, whichever spell they want. Pounce, Light Strike Ray. But we have another pause. It's this time around going to be the Slaughter. So my Insanity looks like they were not quite ready, but it is going to be a Slaughter mid when Milan is handling it. Might be going for like a semi-bottle rush of sorts. I wouldn't even call it a rush, but probably gonna go for a bottle. And they have problems. Capital problems. Everybody has problems. I just thought of a song. I actually haven't ever looked at the towers up close, but why is the tower like a handless person? He has a helmet, he has some form of armor, although you can see like his blood or whatever being below. Oh wow, okay, we might have to remake because Lizard sold sentries and wards, but it's not refreshed in the shop. Fun times. And the unknown are saying that they don't care. Oh man. This is gonna be fun times. It's gonna be so much hate everywhere. Okay, Stomanen at least agrees to the remake. So we're gonna remake. The thing is now though, are we gonna remake with a draft? Or are we gonna have just a like normal disconnect kind of thing, or not disconnect but all pick, because if we have all pick, there's less time for the teams to go and like mess around. The creeps will spawn faster from all pick unless they've changed it in lobbies or something, or in custom lobbies that is. It's hard for me to say, I really have no idea. But everybody is getting back. Couchor is calling for all pick. Although it looked like Arise themselves wanted to go for the longer rotation into the enemy jungle, but I suppose they don't care that much. They just also want to get this game on their way. I mean, it's already taken quite a long time. We did start almost 3 hours ago, and we are just now starting the third game. Hopefully it's not going to be a 70-minute game, just because I do have another cast at 21, and well, probably are going to make it. I mean, there's 1 hour and 10 minutes to that, of course, so we'll see, guys. We'll see. Mindset ready? Okay, let's go. Let's do this! Let's get the show underway! And excuse me if I'm sounding a little bit retarded, but it's been a somewhat long day already, and it's gonna keep on getting longer still. But everybody is readying up, so that's a good sign. And we are gonna get in. Fingers crossed for no wrong picks now. That's like the biggest enemy with remakes. So far the heroes look fine. Disruptor, yes. Is somebody gonna try their luck, press the random button and hope that you're gonna get the correct hero? That would be pretty sick. And it's gonna be the Slaughter. So everybody has correct heroes by the looks of things. And we might actually get this game underway. Once again, if you just tuned in, guys, it is the Yard G2A Festival Episode 1. A 10,000 prize pool. And it's getting rather close to the end of the tournament already as well. We do have 3 more games to play. Well, 4 if you also account a third place decider. It's this one, the winner of this up against Vega Squadron. Then the grand final being the winner of Vega Squadron versus this one versus 4 Anchors and the Sea Captain. And then the third place decider versus Moscow 5. Or not versus, but third place decider being Moscow 5 versus the loser of Vega Squadron versus the winner of this. If anybody could follow that one, then well done, guys, well done. I know my explanation skills were pretty bad, and if you don't have like any schematics or any visuals around it, it's probably not as easy to understand, but looks like there's still a long time to go, so I guess all pick didn't matter or doesn't matter anymore, I'm not too sure. But this time around, Visage buys wards. Hopefully the right set, won't have to resell them or anything. Has double sentries even. But by the looks of how Unknown are moving themselves at the moment, doesn't look like they will find anybody. Stomanen also not leading the charge, although the item loadouts seem fairly similar, or I'd say even identical. I didn't go through all of them, of course, so I can't say for sure, but Milan for sure had the exact same items, even in the exact same slots, I think it was. But, oh, basically no, they haven't given up yet, they just want to keep on going. Stomanen, do they see Gogi? Yes, they do. They know the Phantom Lancer is there somewhere. Phantom Lancer, though, hasn't picked up a point into anything, so with the Doppelganger, may still be just able to pull off a clutch escape. At the moment, looks like he is otherwise being left solo, but Stomanen, can he get the disruption? He can! Such a long range one. That was sick, but he got the Doppelganger to dodge the Light Strike Array. Probably the one hero that they could not gank easily. And Gogi, really well done doppelganging out of the Light Strike Array. So basically Unknown kind of cheated away from their first blood, but Gogi will make it back to the top lane. Whereas basically Unknown will also leave behind a dual off lane. Yes. Oh, just a second, guys. I see somebody on chat has been naughty. And naughty people, if I notice them, they're not gonna be around for long. Mid lane Milan already gets a Shadow Strike. Wouldn't surprise me if this Queen of Pain went for a double points into Shadow Strike build. Stomanen takes quite a bit of damage from just Grave Chill and a couple of attacks from Visage himself. But top lane Gogi, how much farm can he actually get when there's actually gonna be a proper aggressive tri-lane against him? The right answer should be a low amount, but now with Grisine and Lizard coming in to help, It's definitely going to be a lot better, although Stomanen wants to come in from behind, and oh, he's going to get the disruption as well. This time around, there shouldn't be a dodge. There's the Light Strike Array. The pounce is there if they need it, but they won't even need to. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nico Baby used it anyway, just because he can. A little bit of a waste of mana. Probably just wanted to land that first blood for sure, but he got it anyway. So, nice start already as it is. My Insanity, they should have maybe been a little bit expectant of such a thing happening. But the first blood claim by Basically Unknown, it's not a shocking thing. I mean, Basically Unknown, they've looked pretty solid in the early mid games so far in all games. But look at this Dark here, he is creep skipping and there's really not much a Beastmaster can do about it. His best bet is just use the board to tank up the creep wave a little bit, kite them around, but now even an Ion Shell onto a melee creep, just Chashlo, your life is not easy, and it's not probably gonna get easier either anytime soon, especially since the Ion Shell creep is the last one to get the tower aggro. Top lane though, oh, we have another Stein. Grisine again, Disruptor gets off his Thunderstrike, so maybe they can get the counter kill. Spirit lands into pure evil, going for different targets, but a nice dodge of the Light Strike Array again. Nico Baby now, Pounce of course already in cooldown, and it's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. And we'll see soon enough who it favored. Probably the dire side a bit. A minimal amount, but Kogi, thanks to that, he's pretty low on mana now. He could go for the Ring of Bazi and probably will and wants to go for it. Smudge, Mitch still keeps on just creep skipping. 1k gold in the bank now. What's the first item he's even gonna go for? Is it still the Soul Ring that used to be extremely popular on... Yeah, it's gonna be the Soul Ring. Just getting health and mana regen. You kind of need such an item. The thing is, will he also go for Arcane Boots? Or will he go for Tranquil Boots instead? I'd probably favor Arcane Boots. Maybe it's just going to leave them as brown boots, just leave them open. Go for mech next, something like that. Although Arcane Boots into just Greaves, Guardian Greaves may also be rather just fine for this game. Bottom lane now, we have a jump onto Smudge. They have a disruption, they have plenty of time to get it off as well. There is a surge, but he's waiting for it. Probably gonna lose his life. If the Light Strike Array connects, another TP even coming in. It's gonna be Nico Baby. They're swapping lanes and they do so in style. Get the kill to signal the lane change. Well, 3-1 now is the kill score. Basically now taking the lead. Last hit wise, it's kind of an even trade. Mid lane, of course, Milan not getting anything done. There are quad amounts of last hits on Arise at the moment. I mean, Slaughter just not designed to be a mid laner, at least not against Queen of Pain. That much is certain. But he's gonna have to make do with what he's got. At least he has the sprint to try to get to the runes first. Grisine even gonna come in to help. Queen of Pain does also see the Disruptor, so he's not gonna go jump for that one. But offlane is completely left alone. Shashlo now rotating that way as well. He can maybe use the Wild Axis and the board slow to try to get a kill in mid lane. With a Shadow Strike and the board also slowing, they actually could get a kill on Milan. But Shashlo has to engage from the right angle to do so. And what's this Slaughter going to do? He really needs like a Blink Dagger, maybe a Vanguard to tank up, but there's a board coming already. Is there another Shadow Strike? There is! And there's the Blink Forward Sonic Wave. Shuttle wasn't even necessary. They're gonna keep on going though. Double board, one of them times out. But they should be able to get the kill if only they had a Shadow Strike. Or do they even need it? Glimpse back. One more attack. Boar. Come on, you can get the kill yourself now. Queen of Pain gets it in the end. But this is such a strong start. Chashlo TP's all the way back home. Probably will just regen up. Go to the fountain. Go to the fountain, Beastmaster. He probably thinks he's like regening and he's microing his board or something, I don't know. Now he goes. In the meantime, Nico Baby has dropped low, but he has a bottle and a healing cell, so he's gonna be more than fine for now. He just really needs that level 6. Of course, until then, being up against the Ion Shell is definitely hard. But it should be manageable for him. In the meantime, Pure Evil, level 3 almost with Stomanen. On the hunt again, Milan. Sure seems like an easy target, doesn't it? Well, since they did lane swap though, it does mean that the Phantom Knights are getting free farm. There's the Blink Forward. Shadow Strike did land just before the disruption. Light Strike Array will also connect on Milan. Can't even just get the Slithering Crush off, and down he goes. I really like how Basically Unknown just split themselves up as well, so that there wasn't even any like damage in return, or if he gets a stun, maybe there's like a TP assistance to come in and get at least one counter kill, but nothing really happened. Chashlo also having been level 5 beforehand, he needs so little extra to get that level 6 and the Primal Roar for himself. Stoman and Pure Evil once again just moving around. The Pure Evil did get the Lina in the end, so they did swap it around. Top lane, oh, Chashlo might be in trouble. Grave Chill is there. The initial or additional slow coming in from the Spirit Lands, but Slardar just no boots. Sprint doesn't do you any good if you don't have boots, but there's Lizard gonna go down. Lots of TPs came in, so maybe not even... Well, it's still worth it to get the kill like that, but they didn't need as many TPs, so let's just put it like that. But Chashlo is gonna hit level 6 with one more melee creep. He gets that level 6 for himself, and well, with the Primal Roar, suddenly his kill potential on like solo supports is pretty damn high. But Slardar, no boots. It's like Sprint, it's a percentage bonus speed, but if you don't have boots, the percentage is just that much lower. Chashlo, does he want to go for a solo kill on Milan? I'm not sure if he would be able to pull it off. He is just gonna semi-creep skip instead. But now Slardar with the amplified damage. Man fighting probably not that big of an option anymore for Chashlo. Also Milan gets that Hawk down with one hit. Smudge coming towards the top lane as well is also level 6 and has gone for a really early point into the wall even. Not the thing you usually see. Hawk almost went down to the Iron Shield, but not quite. They still get the stun onto Chashlo, but the Sonic Wave, Blink, Scream of Pain, Shadow Strike into Smudge. The wall is popped but doesn't hit a single soul. That was a bait and a half. A Rise, just perfect timing coming in like that. Scream of Pain, Sonic Wave landing on 2 mid lane. Pure Evil takes some damage from Gogi, but will be fine for now. Just wants some XP, wants that level 6. But my Insanity, they are so far behind. Already about a 4k deficit. Now I see Disruptor falling down bottom lane. Yes, Stomanen will somehow survive. Nico Baby should be fine. Has a full bottle after all. Did wait out the last tower lasted. Or tower hit. Smudge back to the bottom lane he comes. Hits level 7. So him and Phantom Lancer still have solid blasted numbers, so that's nice, but net worth wise, you just can't compare that to a Rise. It feels a little bit like the Shadow Fiend for some time of the game at least. Top lane, oh, Blizzard is gonna be fine. Stomanen though, he's gonna lose his own life, so finally my Insanity gets something with the boots. Suddenly Sprint does something as well. Nico Baby, can he get the pounce? But is it a bait? Nico Baby drops so low, they get the stun onto Queen of Pain. She does manage to blink out for now and probably will survive. Nico Baby gets the Spirit Lance into him, but just purges off that slow and will run away. I think had they just focused their fire on one target, just go for the Slark or the Queen of Pain, probably would have been fine, although I think Queen of Pain would have been able to blink out regardless. So maybe should have gone for the Slark instead. But at least they got the 1 kill anyway, plus I don't think they lost anybody themselves. So Phantom Lancer still getting solid farm, and late game is gonna be rather massive thanks to that. Chashlo though, Kinetic Field still keeps him in place, but the blink forward from Queen of Pain, no Sonic Wave. Might still get the kill from just slowing down Lizard. Healing Cell, not gonna happen. Turns around for one, just Soul Assumption, but that's it. Grisine, Wild Access to get the kill on him as well. 12 to 2. Many kills. Muchos. There's a Mango even on Stomanen if he wants to share some mana to somebody. Bottom lane, Nico Baby does have Gloves of Haste, and since he hasn't finished up Power Treads, it is almost certainly going to be a Hand of Midas for him. Mid lane, Pure Evil, not quite level 6, and Gogi wants to take advantage of that one. Wants to go aggressive, takes 1 tower hit for it, but 1 tower hit doesn't do that much when you have 12 armor. But my Insanity, they just have to get this Slardar a little bit of farm, but they're using him as a like not zoning but roaming tool now. Just surge him up. Surge is coming off cooldown. Surge. Milan, come on. There's the Surge. Pure Evil, run! Run, Lina! He gets stunned, but he gets a counter stun. Sonic Wave, Blink, Scream of Pain again. They get the counter kill. Again, the wall doesn't connect on anybody. I've seen this story unfold before. Of course, last time it was only 2 heroes there, but of course, Chashlo didn't even need the Primal Roar either. That was rather unfortunate, and the biggest thing is Lina didn't even die. Didn't even die. How? Who knows? I don't. Just really well played by basically Unknown, just being one step ahead of my insanity for now. But as long as Phantom Lancer farms, it is never gonna be over. Especially if they should get the kill on Nico Baby. Milan arrives as well. Glimpse is gonna be there. Kinetic Field waiting for him. Amplify damage. No, he just pounces out. In style. The Hand of Midas got delivered. Can he use it as well? Can he escape? Stomanen coming in to possibly help. There's a disruption. I don't think they want to turn it around, do they? Nico Baby has the Shadow Dance. No, it's not gonna happen. Just a little bit too scary of a proposition there. And just down to the mid lane they go. Although Arise is rather low on mana, so continuing the push, not too sure if it's the best idea. Then again, Couchor already has the Necro level 1. It's getting faster every single game. He already has enough for level 2 as well. Well, not quite, but he's missing like 20 gold. In the mid lane, Stomanen gets another disruption off, but I don't think he's gonna escape now. Slowed down by the Spirit Lance, Slithering Crash as well to secure the kill. Everybody else though should be fine and out. They have vision on Pure Evil, but the Surge is on cooldown. Sprint activated. Milan, he really wants it. He's gonna get Surge as well. He is hasted, but the distance is too great. They lost the vision. And they will not go high ground like that. They have ran into too many Sonic Waves already. So, Graphs, 12 minutes in. It's like a magical number really for basically unknown. Have like a 8 to 7,500 net worth lead. XP like 5k, and I really expect my Insanity to take a huge fight soon, but for that they need more points into the vacuum of Starkseer. For now though, they're completely lacking them. Only one there. Looks like Darkseer will go for the mech next. He did start off rather fine with just farm creep skipping, but once he got punished by the rotations of Unknown when they were lane swapping, after that Darkseer hasn't been able to just get as much going for himself. Nico Baby though, with his Hand of Midas running, has enough for power treads if he wants to go for those. He's just waiting for the best creep to eat with the Hand of Midas as well, wants to get the max amount of XP from it. But Smudge does surge himself out, unless he runs back in, because the vision... I think this is their only ward, right? Toggling the vision? Yeah. It's the only ward that the Dire side have for now, so they don't know that much. Shashlo wanted to find the Gogi, but couldn't get the right one, and suddenly he's the one slowed down. Can they somehow continue going on him? Nope. Necro units though, just standing around, now getting microed. Slark does get the slaughter in the meantime. Mid lane though, Sonic Wave gets the counter kill. Not the counter kill even, but an additional kill for the side of basically Unknown. This is getting out of hand and quickly. We are 14 minutes in. There's gonna be an Agony Scepter soon enough on Queen of Pain, just needs that one extra item. Chargeclaw is gonna have a Necro level 3 14 minutes in. They already got the tier 2 down as well. They've destroyed all the tier 1s, or well, they will have destroyed all the tier 1s in just like half a minute maybe. Unless rotations come to stop Nico Baby from pushing, or he himself backs off. But as I say, that Slaughter is coming in, so I guess my claim about all the tier 1s being dead was wrong, but it's probably not going to be wrong for too long from this point. Hand of Midas even picked up on the Lina now as well. Farm for everybody. Although, I'm not too sure if I'm the biggest fan of that one. There's the pounce onto Milando. Gets it on him as well. Dark Pact activated. Is he going to Shadow Dance? He is, but he's of course going to get stunned regardless of his Shadow Dance stature. Stomanen trying to TP out. Will succeed just barely. Nico Baby pounce away and will also be fine. And just go into the jungle. Use your Hand of Midas again. And just continue enjoying the farm. Kogi. Oh wow, his doppelganger still on cooldown for 4 seconds. They have the primal roar. Can they get it? They can! Is there enough follow-up though? Yes, he's out of mana, and with the pounce, kill secured. Again, down goes the Phantom Lancer, and he needs farm. He just needs to go like into his own jungle, although their jungle is infested as well. What? They're calling GG already? What? No! Say it ain't so. That's so anticlimactic of an end to this series. Of course, basically Unknown extremely well played in this game. The aggression, the support roaming duo was really good to watch, but that was such a lame ending, guys. Such a lame ending. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just baffled. Why did this happen? But well, unfortunately, I guess that's how it goes down. But guys, this was the last game for us for today. We will have one more series at 21 CET. It's gonna be Fiskastanga versus Moscow 5 for the Game Show Invitational. on Game Show EN, as in Game Show English, on Hitbox as well, if you want to follow us there. But for this, we're done. Hopefully you have enjoyed the games as well as the casting. I know me casting solo isn't the best just experience for any of you, but that's what we had to go for because we're a little bit understaffed for now. But it is basically known advancing to the semifinals, where they will face Vega Squadron at an unknown time for now. And of course, if you like my casting, you can follow me at Couchor. I'm not going to be casting probably all that much, but every now and then I'll be helping out. And also, huge shout out to the sponsors, G2A, Hitbox, eBattle of course as well, and Yardfest for organizing this. Great tournament so far. Hopefully they're gonna make more in the future. But with this, we are done. Just a few songs to finish the stream, and hope to see you another day, another time for really anything provided or just covered by HeflaTV. Also, tomorrow early in the morning, we're gonna have MPGL on Gosu TV1 and Gosu TV2 on Twitch, so you can check that one out. The Mineski Pro Gaming League that is. But for now, like I said, just a few songs to finish the stream, and have a good evening or morning if you're from America, but have a good one regardless.